Hello. Happy, what is it, Wednesday? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wednesday afternoon. Let me just make sure everything's working right. Audio, check. Looks like it's working. We have 28 people in the house. Randy. What up, Parito? What up? I'm Tupac. What up? Brian Ronska. Randy, the best cheap headphones right now. Okay, CSC WTD-3, comma U. No idea. I'm not familiar with that model name. I feel like you're joking me into saying some type of acronym that is insulting to me and or the audience. But I'll be optimistic. Yay. Louis Sipes, my brother from Kentucky. Good afternoon, my friend. Greetings from Kingwood, Olympia, Washington. Washington. Mount Rainier. I used to be able to see Mount Rainier out of the parking lot of my apartment complex. When I'd walk out, there'd be Mount Rainier. Then I'd have to drive the 40 minutes up to Silverdale, Washington, to the Bangor submarine base to go to work. Hey, gang, look at this. Everybody, we have a celebrity in the house. United States of Analog. One, Bob Fonseca. A true professional DJ, morning show. Good friend. Funny guy. Bob Fonseca, everybody. Which, incidentally, Bob has a channel called the United States of Analog. It's an awesome channel. If you're not subscribed, you should run on over there and subscribe. From Oz. Hey, Ian. What's happening, brother? We got Rain Scorpion. Look at that. What is that? An F-15 taking off? Air Force jet. It's okay. It's not a Navy jet. It's an Air Force jet. It's all right. We still like the Air Force. Celeb, think not. Friend, yes. Peritos is legend. Look at this, Bob. People are saying hi to you. Baton Rouge. All right. Go Tigers. Bob's got a new vid. You should all watch it. Cheers from London. Cheers to you. Anthony. Yo, from Philly. Ordinary Joe, hanging out in the city of brotherly love. John Paget. What's up? Patreon member here. Thank you very much for being a patron. Just want to complain about Klipsch warranty service. I have 2 Yamo speakers, and they are having me rebuild the damn things, and now videos of what they are doing. Ugh. Which speakers are they, and what happened to them? I'm sorry to hear that. Look at this. We got Wayne Schaefer. Hey, Rainey, all the way from South Africa. And the next comment is hi from South Africa. Are you on the 2 different computers? Or is that the craziest coincidence I've ever seen on a live stream? We have 2 people from South Africa, one after the other. Barry Sullivan says, good day. We got Albany, Georgia, John Paget. 2 o'clock in Michigan here. Perfect. It's 1 p.m. in Texas. Was in Fort Worth, but recently moved to Happy Valley, aka State College, PA. Happy hump day. My parents went out to a football game in, is that Happy Valley? Or is that college something? State College. Yeah, that's where they went. Yeah, they said it was a heck of a game. And people were really nice. Very good. Yorkshire, God's country. Look at this. We are only 5 minutes, 13 seconds in. Boo Bash, knocking it out of the park. The first super chat of the day. $5. Thank you so much. What kind of bird is that? Looks like a scary land owl with a long snout. Thank you so much, Boo Bash. Will upgrading from my SU9 make a noticeable difference in soundstage on clear MG Pros? Upgrading from, what are you upgrading to? I'm assuming those are headphones. Here's the thing. If they are headphones, I'll just quick answer. Here's the thing. Generally speaking, you can't hear a huge difference in DACs on headphones. Like the magic with DACs, like for instance, like the what is it? Denafrips Aries 2. Okay. When I'm listening to that through headphones, like comparing it to the Bifrost 2, comparing it to at the time, I think it was like the D90 from Topping. Like there wasn't a huge amount of sonic differences. There were some, but not huge. I couldn't really tell difference in sound stages. When you put them on speakers, I think that's when something like the magic of the Denafrips Aries 2, the magic of like the Gishelli Labs J2, that's when you can really hear it open up, is on speakers. So put it, Boo Bash, put it down if the clear MG Pros are headphones. I'm imagining that they are. So to answer your question, if you're listening on headphones, doubtful. It's going to make a huge difference regardless of what you upgrade to. On speakers, different story. Blue-footed booby. There's a joke in there. I'm going to stay away from it, though. West Virginia versus Penn State. Yep. Greetings from another Pennsylvanian in, not to be confused with Rock Ridge of Blazing Saddles. And that movie. Can you imagine that movie coming out today? Just got my first Facebook setup, first hi-fi setup off Facebook Marketplace. Fluence Home Theater. Learned so much from your channel. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is a great way to get into the hobby if you don't have a ton of money. Or sometimes you just get crazy deals. I don't like driving across, like, because it always seemed like the best deals on my Facebook Marketplace were like in Dallas somewhere or Plano. Like, I'm not driving an hour away to go to some stranger's house to save $50 on speakers. But you can get a heck of a deal, especially on floor standing speakers, because people don't want to ship those. So it's a pro tip. Look for floor standing speakers and then negotiate the heck out of it, because they can't send them anywhere, or they can, but they're going to lose the majority of their money. How do I feel about Denon receivers? Denon's great. Denon runs like a huge gamut, though, from like ultra affordable receivers up to very expensive receivers. Personally, I love the sound of Marantz receivers. They're a little bit more expensive to get into, but I feel like there's not nearly as wide of a swing with Marantz receivers as there are with Denon receivers, if that makes sense. They're sister companies too, so they're owned by the same parent company, Sound United, which actually I think just got bought by somebody else. I may be done with Yamo after the issues I've had. What is your suggestion for the same type of sound and prefer the white aesthetics? Or did you get like the S series, S803s, 805s? Like, I want to hear more of your story. Did you comment again up in here? I don't see it. Anyway, comment again. I want to know more about your situation. Randy, some of us love to support the channel, but might not know the specifics of the best way to do it. Would love to hear the best way to get $10 to you. Patreon, Super Chat, other. Generally, the best way to support the channel, and thank you so much for asking. It's humbling that you want to help out the channel. Super Chat here. You know, YouTube takes a cut, but YouTube also provides me with a platform to be able to make my dreams come true. So they deserve a cut. So YouTube will take a 25% cut or 30% cut. So if you give me $10 here, I basically get $750 of it. You can do Patreon if you want to. We have a great community, over 500 patrons strong over there. Great Discord, great Facebook group. And then we do Sunday Zooms. So if you want to do that over there, you certainly can. But if you want to do like a one-time thing, usually a super chat right here. Super thanks button on the videos. It's a great way to put some money in the coffers to help me buy food for the family and speakers and stuff like that. So either way, however you want to do it. And I just appreciate you. I appreciate you asking the question. Greetings from Berlin. Get much vintage German hi-fi gear your way? No. I really want to go to Germany though, because like I have German ancestry and I've never been. 7 p.m. in the UK. I want to go back to the UK too. I want to take a trip to Europe. Sweden. There's a joke in there about Scandinavian people too, in a good way, in a very good way. So I'm not making fun of Scandinavia. I like the Scandinavians. Anyway, Tahua Bar and Grill, $10. Thank you. Hey, from I don't even know how to say this. To Tahua, Washington. The Silverdale Costco is our store, and only 35 miles away. Man, oof, so beautiful up there. Love Silverdale. Just gorgeous. We'd have deer just walking through. I lived on the base, and we'd have deer walking through base housing. It was great. Beautiful. Oh, C97 2s, C93 2s, the concert surrounds, the concert center, concert 10-inch subs, slim. But like, what's the problem with them, John? What's going on with them? That stinks, man. I'm so sorry. That's a great series, I think. And very affordable. The huge discount on them. Very V-shaped, but I love those speakers. I still have them. Karsten, $9.99. Thank you so much. Is Fosi chasing SMSL and topping down the rabbit hole of pumping out too much unfocused product? Got their email about their newest amp, and it looks like it's just the obligatory VU meter tube trend. Could be. I think that's a fair thing to say about most of the companies. Yeah, I think it's completely fair to say. You know, it's quantity over quality. Every now and again, they get one right. I think SMSL and topping probably get more on base hits than Fosi. But occasionally, like you got IEMA, the T9 was a really a good product, and the T9 Pro is even a better product. Like Fosi got it right with even the BT20A, the original BT20A Pro, the V3, they nailed it. The SMSL, was it T50? It's like the $60 one. Initially it stunk, and then they upgraded it, and it's good. But yeah, completely fair to say. And I wish they would slow down and just work on something for a while. But I think that's just the culture of those companies is, you know, put out as much as you can and see what sticks. And then I think there's a lot of borrowing of designs and things like that from, especially like IEMA, Fosi, Duke Audio. I think they're probably coming out of the same building. And so there's a lot of that. But yeah, I will say about Fosi though. I mean, they did make the V3, which although not like remarkably different, they at least took some time to consider what type of components they're putting into the product and then what type of like heat sinks and stuff. So I would say out of kind of the lower tier, I can kind of consider SMSL and topping to be the top tier when it comes to like these Chinese manufacturers. You can argue that Gustard and some of the other ones, but I think Fosi is a step above IEMA and like Duke Audio and like Nobe Sound and stuff from like designing stuff. But you're pretty much spot on. All right, we got Karsten. We got a lot of super chats coming in. Keith Boyd, $10. New to the channel. You've already got me buying stuff. J2 80K 4493 with op amp option on the way. Ooh, I think you're in for a treat depending upon what you're coming from. Even more expensive DACs. That's a great product and great people, great company. Jeff Pergel, $5. Thank you so much for turning us on to at United States of Analog Patreon member. Jeff, you should be giving $5 to the United States of Analog and not me, but I really appreciate really appreciate you supporting the channel. Bill, ooh, look at that Dodgers. Bill Fresquez, $5. I tried the straw hack on my cheap monoprice sub and it's eliminating chuffing and tightening it up a little. Yeah, see, there you go. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. Somebody put in the comments on that video that they paused the video, they went to their speaker, and 7 of the screws on their speaker were a little bit loose, and then it made a big difference. That was a great video to make. It's so simple, right? You just don't think about it. I would never have thought about the straw hacks, but like tightening up the drivers, I should have thought about, but I never did. So that was a cool video. Ian, 199 pounds, $1.99. A short £2 with a wink. Thank you, Ian, very much. Holy cow, we got so many super chats. James Minotto, $20. Thank you so much. And Ian coming back in with another $9.99. Thank you. It's like 11 quid. No, 12 quid. I love that. Wow. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much. Snagged a Emotiva Basics TA1 during Labor Day sale. Should be a decent upgrade from my Lox A130. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit. You're going to have to work out the menu setting. Like you're going to have to go into the menu about 10 different times to kind of work on and figure out how to get in and out of the menu. That's one thing about Emotiva. They make great products. Their menus aren't as intuitive as some other products, but it's worth it because they make a great product at a great price. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to go up. So many super chats. We had Zach. Thank you, Randy, for the Kiwi ears recent review. Bought a pair. Love them. They're getting better and better day by day. Great reference IEM. That's cool. I've got some IEMs I was listening to last night. I was going to do the review today, but I was actually working on a watch review that's still not done. I'm still editing the watch review, which incidentally, if you didn't know, I also have another channel called The Cheap Watchman where I review watches. So if you're not subscribed, I need to start putting that in the description of all my videos. So if you're not subscribed over there and you're into watches at all, or you want to watch more of my stupidity, then go over there and subscribe. I got like a thing in my beard right here. No. What can you do? Tony Jenkins, the best deals are in Dallas or Fort Worth, too far from Tulsa. Yeah, Tony, but you can come down. I'll buy you some barbecue. What you should do is find some deals, find a concert to come down to. We'll meet up. I'll buy you dinner, and then you can pick up some hi-fi on the way home. $10, Ordinary Joe, crushing it. Amp-Rec under $1,000 for Clips RP 8000F, 2 floor standers, and a 26-foot by 21-inch, 20-foot room, 21-inch room. That would be narrow room. 2-channel for music and movies, no sub, no surround. Want more control, clarity, image, CX A61, good, not great. Rotel A11 Mark II. Yeah, if you don't need a sub, that's a really good amp. Super clean. It's going to drive the heck out of the clipses. I think that would be a good pairing. It's going to be super clean though. So if you want to kind of, now to be fair, I've never heard the 8000Fs. I don't think I never heard the 8000F, the first gen. If they sound anything like a regular Klipsch, I think that's probably a great pairing. You can also look at, I'm trying to think of something that's real beefy. I mean, you look at the TA2 from Emotiva. What else have I had in that's been really impressive? I'd stay away from the Yamaha. That's a little bit too thin unless you want to get and use the the variable loudness, but that variable loudness is going to add some spice on top. I think the A11 Mark II is a good, would probably be a really good pairing. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that, or the TA2. Now TA2 has a lot more options, but you got, yeah, I think that's it. The phone, if you're into vinyl though, that A11 Mark II, like, is a steal simply for the phono stage. I think that's a great pairing. Boobash, your answer just saved me a bunch of money on my car insurance. I have $5 more. Thanks. Very good. T Mo, $5. You guys are so nice today. Big fan. Thank you, T Mo. I'm a big fan of yours. Would you consider a speaker elimination episode? Discuss an old pick, why not anymore, and replacement. That way we'll catch up your audience on what you don't and do recommend now. Yeah, that would be a great idea. I have like a recommended list, which I really need to update. It's in the description of all of my videos. I think the one that kind of really falls off is the Fluence. Like, there's a $200 Fluence bookshelf speaker, and I thought it was really good until I heard a lot more speakers, and then it just became super boring. So that's the one that jumps off the page at me. Yeah, but no, I think that's a great idea. I should do it. Hyphaman, $9.99. Taryn, a British audiophile, had some good things to say about the Fosi V3. I think a lot of people, first of all, Taryn's great. I love his channel. One of the most thorough, detailed reviewers out there. You learn a lot from his stuff. Great delivery. I can't say enough about Taryn. I think he's best in the biz when it comes to audio. Great reviewer. And I would have a tendency to really trust what he has to say. Yeah. V3 is a good amp. I like it. I think a lot of people liked it. I haven't heard of a reviewer. Now, to be fair, I don't watch a ton of audio. I don't watch any audio reviews. I do watch Ron, New Record Day, and John Darko. They're probably the most right, and I don't even watch all of their videos because I'm doing my own thing. And I will watch Taryn every now and again. Replacing my Yamaha C91 with the $120 Sony speakers. Thanks. Why the emphasis on swapping tubes, yet equalizers are not popular? I think that just comes down to personal preference. With a tube, there's only so much you can do with equalizers. With tubes, though, it's marginal differences. And I've never really gotten into like a bunch of tube swapping. I'm not really into tubes that much, but the people that are talk a lot about like spatial cues, imaging, soundstage size, things like that. And there's like a whole like community that surrounds the tubes. So a tube, well, it'll maybe give you different tonality. I think generally speaking, the differences are oftentimes in clarity and then in the size of the soundstage, where tone controls aren't going to give you any of that. You can get the impression of clarity by increasing the treble or decreasing the mids, but it's not like true clarity. It's just a fun thing. Like, people just enjoy tubes, and that's their deal, and I totally get it. James Minoto, another $10. Thank you. Replacing Acoustic Energy AE2s. Linton's, Q Acoustic 5040, ELAC Unifier. I like that. Or Boo Cards. Your thoughts. Acoustic Energy AE2s. Okay. Linton's are going to throw a bigger soundstage and have richer mids. Q Acoustics is going to be flatter all around, really good tonality, like true to life tonality. Big soundstage, Linton's big soundstage, ELAC Unify. They're also going to be pretty neutral, but much harder to drive than the 5040s. Boo cards are going to be a little bit warmer. So out of these three, the AE2s, the Lintons, and the Boo cards all kind of fall into what I would consider to be the laid back. Now, it depends on the Boo cards. I've only reviewed one pair. They're all good. Personally, for me, I think the best all-arounder is the Q Acoustics 5040. Because it's easier to drive. It's bigger. Although I don't know if you're talking about the floor standing Unifies or not. But yeah, Q Acoustics are really impressive. Like I took them down and I immediately missed them. I had to put another speaker up because I've got to do a review on that speaker. But they're great. I mean, they're really good. Now, when you get scale and size, like the what do you call it? The finishing, like the 5040 looks really good because it's small, but when you get a floor standing, you can kind of see, okay, this is where they've cut some corners, and that's on the finishing on that speaker. It's not bad at all, but I could see, catching a lip of that vinyl wrap and it pulling up a little bit. But 5040s are really good. Really impressed with them. Whew, Clint Boas, $5. Emotiva A2 versus Schmidt Vidar or Vidar 2. Okay, so I haven't heard the Vidar 2. As far as the A2 versus the Vidar, I thought the Vidar was really forward, really mid-focused. I thought the A2 was a little bit punchier on the bottom. So it depends on what type of music you're listening to and what type of sonics you like. For me, for my music, I kind of preferred the A2 over the Vidar. A Vidar is built like a tank, though. If you prefer, music, more acoustic stuff, less rock and rolly Vidar's awesome. I sent the Vidar to somebody else, but I love the Vidar. A2, I think, is a little bit more, a little punchier, maybe less detailed through the mids than the Vidar. But yeah. Yep. Whew. Geography in Action watches me, Darko, Taryn, Andrew Robinson, and the Hi-Fi Show out of Oz. Very good. All great channels. Although I don't know the Hi-Fi Show. I won't know that one. Oh, movie Junkie John. Advice to make the ELAC 2.0 B 6.2. Okay. B 6.2. Okay, is that like this? You're throwing me with a 2.0. Are you talking about the Unifies, or are you talking about the debut B 6.2? More exciting. Well, I agree that if we're talking about the same speaker, it can use a little bit more excitement, especially on the bottom end. I like them, but they're subtle and laid back, paired with the Denon receiver and JBL sub. Movie's great, music, Yeah, it depends on how long you've had them too. That speaker is notorious for the long and arduous break-in of that speaker. I had to put mine literally on the wall, like right on the wall, to get the bass that I wanted out of them. And I still never quite got the bass. It just seemed like it was all mids. But I've heard, and I bought that speaker 2 times. And I would just put some tone controls on it. Like ideally, something with mid-range controls and bring the mids down. But if you haven't had them for a long time, you may want to stick with them. Because I've heard like ridiculous, like 100 hours of break-in, ridiculous amounts of break-in for that speaker. I greatly preferred the first generation B6 over the B6.2. And they couldn't have sounded more different. So, yeah, I like the B6. A lot more laid back speaker, but I just thought they were way better. Excuse me. David McLean, $9.99. Thank you so much. So I jumped in the hi-fi pool by picking up a Wii Mini, Fosi V3, and Sony SSCS5's. Ooh, all great choices. Would it be worth it to add the SMSL SU1? Absolutely. I don't even have to read the rest of your question. I'm also considering trying the JBL Stage A130s. Thoughts? Either one. I like the Stage A130s. I think they sound stage better. No, it's kind of funny that stage is in the name. I think the Sonys have a more natural top end, although it is boosted in places, versus the A130s. The A130s have an aluminum dome, so I don't think they always have. They're not always tonally like correct. I would personally stick with the Sonys and get the SU1 because you're going to hear a big difference versus going out of the Weems DAC versus the SU1. So optical out of the Weem into the SU1, SU1 into the V3. And then I think you'll be happy. You'll be happy. And it's cheaper. It's a cheaper fix. I mean, those Sonys are really good. Really, really good. Wow. Douglas Billington, $4 super sticker. Thank you so much. Yowza. I gotta take a drink. We're only 30 minutes into this. 31 minutes. The debut B6.2. Okay, that's a different animal. I would put some tone controls on the top end then. Or listen to them louder. The treble on those comes in when you're listening at louder volumes. I know. With a straw hack, is there any ideal length? I think the length of the port may make it a little bit longer, though, so you can get a hold of them and you don't push it in. Oh, boy. Steve Huff Paranormal, Huff's other channel, Insane. Yeah, I saw that he has another channel. Right? Like, yeah, you have to check it out. I can't describe it. Hey, Randy, do you have any experience with DML speakers? I do not. Large hanging panels with exciters. Apparently, they are thin sounding, but have lots of benefits as far as soundstage and detail. I have seen some things. I think I've seen some DIY stuff about those, but I've never had any personal experience with them. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gutenberg. Yeah, I forgot to mention Steve Gutenberg, one of the OGs. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Dayton Audio? I like Dayton Audio. I have a T652-Air dual 6.5-inch two-way tower speaker pair with AMT tweeter. Wow, I think they sound pretty good. What do you think? Dayton Audio is good. You know, it's Parts Express's in-house brand of speaker drivers, amps, and things like that. I think some of their amps are their stated power is a little bit generous. So if you go into it understanding that you're not going to get the stated power out of it, I think they're great. I think they have a lot of cool stuff going on over there. Some of their speakers, the finishing is pretty terrible. Vinyl wraps that are come out of the box, you know, wrinkled and stuff like that. It's part and parcel though to it. I think they make stuff that's very, very, very affordable. Some of the stuff sounds really good, but you kind of have to know what you're getting yourself into and set some realistic expectations when it comes to Dayton Audio. Some of their amplifiers, though, are really getting good. So, yeah. All right. Ed Homewood, $7.12. Sorry I'm late. Don't apologize. Steve Zeidman, look at this. Two patrons here, and these are like old school patrons. Thank you so much. That is $16.11 between the two of you. I can almost buy a whole meal from Five Guys. These guys will get that joke too. Starscream. Ben Gleason, 194,000 subs. I know, it's crazy. 6,000 subs to 200K. By the way, I'll link it in the description. We're having a whole bunch of giveaways. Fosi Audio V3s, Weem Pros, got speakers from Morphdale, speakers from SVS, DACs from Gishelli Labs, Streamer from Cambridge Audio. Black Ice Audio is giving away a tube amp. Emotive is giving away some gift cards. All sorts of stuff. I'm giving away some headphones too. Try to clean up my office. Ben Gleason got a new phone. Did you change your phone number? I'm so excited about the new Weem amp. I haven't even seen it. I wish they would sent me a message about that. Sonos killer. Actually, you know who's sending me something is Blue Sound. So I'm getting some stuff from Blue Sound. Very excited about it. Why do you think SACD and DVD audio never took off while vinyl has kind of come back? I don't know. I mean, there's so many formats that kind of, on paper look great and then they just don't make it. I think SACD, like recently you could look at MQA CD. That's another new one that never hit. DVD audio, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think vinyl has the luxury of being cool. Like, that's what your grandpa listened to. That's what your parents listened to. SACD, is a lot of people don't get it. Multi-channel, a lot of people don't have multi-channel. But there's some super heavy devotees to SACD and DVD audio. But it's kind of like HD DVD, Blu-ray won. SACD didn't. So formats, sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Most of the times they lose though. I mean, even in like going back to that question though, I mean, there's like quad, so 4-channel. That was way back in the day. That never really hit. But there's stuff that was recorded in it. Carson, any upcoming collabs? Like how every other YouTuber has an IEM collab now. Oh yeah. Tuning the frequency response. Crap. I think you're saying crap. I think it would be cool to have your input on shaping the currently useless amp DAC sound presets. No, I haven't. I've talked to some, like I've given like advice, like input, like Duke Audio, their EQ. Like they took my advice and ran with it for the most part. Like they switched up where the EQ frequencies were at. I wouldn't call that a collab. I just gave them some input. I don't know, man. Like I don't blame anybody for doing collabs. I think it's cool. But like, I don't know. I don't want to put my logo on something. Just to say I did it. Like most of these companies are already putting out really good products anyway. Like, what do I have to add? I mean, I have a video out there about some EQ settings that I use, but anybody can use that. That'd be kind of cool. Like you could be the EQ and it'd just be cam. But it depends from music to music. So I'm doing a collab, but it's not what you think it would be. And actually I need to send a reply to an email about it that came in today. So there is some collabs, but nothing that you guys would probably guess, which is going to be a lot of fun. So yeah. Guillermo, COP 40,000. Hey there to everyone from Colombia, enjoying the way we spread the love for music. Waiting for my SMSL M300 SE. Ooh, great little headphone DAC amp. It is really good. After your review, better pairing, Fosi BT28 Pro or IEMA A07 Pro, XLR output or 3.5 millimeter out. I would go with the balanced outputs if you can. So the BT28 Pro, you're not going to get it. I can't remember if the A07 Pro has it. It must. Yeah, I'd do the the XLRs out of it. Does the BT28 Pro have? I don't think it has XLR inputs. Sometimes stuff starts blurring together. So both of those are good sounding amps. But I get the one that has the XLRs. Thank you so much for your support too. Starscream, I have no idea what kind of currency this is, but I really appreciate it. Anyone use center channels vertically as stereo pair? Yeah, I have. Actually, there's some speakers from RSL that they basically sell as singles, and you can use them vertically or horizontally. I know one of my patrons bought 2 ELAC Unify center channels and turned them up on end and use those. So absolutely. And actually, center speakers generally sound better when placed vertically. You get better dispersion. And I think like the whole horizontal center speaker thing just came about because somebody laid a speaker on its side. I think technically speaking, like if you have the same left, right, and center, and they're all vertical, I think that's the best, on paper, what do you call it? Best practices. But yeah. Now you don't have to get a center speaker for the center anyway. I have oftentimes used just a regular speaker for my center channel. So there's nothing special about a center channel speaker. So yeah. Got cheap audio man and Five Guys. That would be cool. Oh, I could get behind that collaboration. My goodness. That would be awesome. Ah, makes me hungry. I was thinking about what's the word? Fasting for today. Just to see if I can do it. I mean, I've fasted before, but like I watched this Mr. Beast video where he didn't eat for 30 days. And that guy is such a maniac, and I love it because I know he just wants to be the best. And I'm like, if he can do it for 30 days, I can do it for one day. I'm going to try to fast for today. Let's drink water. Although I've been juicing lately, I got a juicer. Maybe I'll have a juice and that's it. Larry Gaines, $20, man. Thank you. You're awesome. So many questions today. Collab with Five Guys and New Burger. Yeah, here's what my collaboration would be. Put some queso and some pickled jalapenos on it, and then like fried onions, and then everything else. Regular onions, fried onions, tomatoes. But the queso and the pickled jalapenos, that would be my addition to it. Anyway, cat's out of the bag. I put queso on everything. Can every speaker be used interchangeably as center or left, right? Yes. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You gotta have the same one. I mean, technically speaking, you don't have to the same ones, but yeah, I use a two-way speaker a lot as a center channel. A lot. Steve B, $5. Best closed over-ear headphone that won't break the bank. Ooh, best closed. I think this one's pretty good, man. I don't love the build quality of them, but I mean the build quality is not bad. But these Harmonic Dyne, what are these? What are they? They're dirty, is what they are. So terrible. I don't know what the brand is, or not the brand. I don't know what the model number is. It's one that just recently came out. Here, let me look it up. Harmonic Dyne closed. Athena, that's what they are. And they come in at $179. So not super cheap, but really good. I liked them. They're very good. Yeah. An easy recommendation. If you can't afford these, then I would look at the AKG like 370s, K370s or something. I have the ones that there's two versions. I think they're about the same price. I liked them both. They're like, there's like a $99 one and a $150 one, but they'll get the one that ends in 70 though, because the other ones are pretty thin. The ones that end in 70 have more bass. Which Five Guys? I'm just making stuff up. I actually don't go to Five Guys. I think they're super expensive for what they are. But I totally would collaborate with them. 194,000 subs. Let's go. Matt Durant. I'm down for burger, Randy. Right up my alley. Yeah. I could eat burgers. I start talking about food all the time. I get super hungry. JP, afternoon. Let's get to 200K. Woo hoo. I agree. Dominic Fiera. There are some speakers with offset tweeters, so the L/R are a bit different. Not sure how much it actually matters. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're for sure right. Most of the stuff I have, though, is like equally on both sides. But yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Oh, I'm hungry. SVS Prime bookshelves with Denon 600 thoughts. I love the Primes. I don't know the Denon 600 though. So it depends. But the SVS Prime bookshelves are great. Aluminum dome, pretty smooth through the mids, so you don't have that really forward lean that some of the clips have. So yeah. Most of the time that's going to pair well with a lot of stuff. I don't know the Denon though. If it's super thin on the bottom, might not be a great pairing. But the SVS are neutral enough that they're going to sound good with most things. Try the Rode. Oh yeah, I think people love that. That was like a super hyped headphone, right? I've never heard it though. Ed says, hit the like button. What should we name this? So after I do a live stream, I always have to kind of go back and then think about the things that we talked about. And then whatever kind of is like the coolest topic, that's what I name it later. So what have we talked about today? We've talked about headphones, but usually nobody clicks on a headphone. Looking $200 or less. Yeah, those harmonic dynes are really solid. They're really good. I like them a lot. Good price. And you're welcome. Thank you, Steve, for your support of the channel. Did we already discuss best DAC that actually makes an audible difference? I don't think we've discussed that. I pretty much discussed that on every live stream though. J2, man. Gishelli Labs. Do I need a high-powered amp when I have good bass management? Node. Tweeter uses a few watts. Bass uses lots of watts. With the Node, all the bass goes to the sub. Why get a powerful watts per channel amp? I like your reasoning. Very, very good thought process. If you're high passing your main speakers, chances are you don't really need a super high power amp. However, there are, even if you high pass like your speakers at 80 hertz, 100 hertz is still pretty low. Like 100 hertz is really the thick part of a bass hit, like especially like a bass drum on a trap set. So a lot of times high wattage amplifiers, especially AB amps with big caps, that can do that real quick bass hit. So 100 hertz is still pretty low. So that's probably the reason why. But your argument is valid and absolutely sound. But a lot of times people want a real punch in the face at 100 hertz. And you can get that generally with a higher current amp. Derek Coke, $5. Thanks for recommending the Emotiva T1 Plus speakers and also the Sony SSCS5 3-ways. They inspired me to upgrade my old Sony towers. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay. Food. Fasting or Five Guys? They all need to stop. All right. Randy, I know this would be real hi-fi, but I'd love to see you review some of the popular mini systems, especially the Yamaha MCR 270/370 versus the Denon M41 DAB. Keep on trucking. Thank you. I don't even know those, like the mini systems. Are they kind of like an all-in-one? Those would be fun. Lisa B, $5. Thank you. I have some Yamaha NS1 speaker, and the tweeters are off a little to the side. Should the tweeter be on the outside, which I have set, or inside? Are those the three ways speakers? I guess you could try it. If they're off to the outside, then the dispersion. But we have to take like this into like with a grain of salt, right? Like if it's off an inch, by the time it gets to you, the sweet spot or where it combines is still probably going to be pretty wide. I think the short answer is it doesn't really matter. The long answer is you can try it and move things around to see which one sounds better. But I think the short answer is doesn't matter. Cheeseburger in Paradise. Oh, man. Yeah. Rip. I was thinking about the Denon PMA. Oh, I think that's what somebody asked. PMA 600 wasn't clear on that. Thanks. Okay, now I forgot what speaker you're talking about. Okay. Yes, I have heard the PMA 600 NE. I think it's good. Let's go clapped globe. Let's see if we can find you back up here. Get that beautiful dog. Clap globe. Oh, I see. Perfect combination. Great combination. Absolutely perfect. Perfect combination. Couldn't come up with a better combination than those. So yeah, run with that. What do you think of the Behringer dual 15 band graphic equalizer? Like I haven't heard great things about their quality control, but I mean I think they make a ton of like pro audio stuff. So yeah. Changing your DAC won't change much audibly. Get a passive EQ. I don't know if I agree with that. I've heard a lot of different DACs. So, Kellen, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. I'm eating a BLT with Taco Texas okra pickles. Come on, Jim. You're killing me on the side as I'm enjoying cam. Well, you just ruined my day, Jim. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to fast today. I had barbecue yesterday. I had a place called the Feed House? Anyway, a buddy of mine's birthday was yesterday, so I took him, bought him lunch with some other buddies. So yeah. Got the topping D3X Pro to use with the Hyphaman Edition XS. Thinking of replacing this with the topping D70 Octo and topping A70 Amp. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Mostly use headphones because of NYC apartment. I'm not a huge fan of topping, especially when it comes to their headphone stuff. And I know a lot of people love it, and that's great. I'm a big fan of Gishelli Labs and Schkit. So that's what I go to with my headphones. I've had a lot of the topping stuff in. It's good. I do think the D3X Pro, if that's the more affordable one, is a good all-in-one setup. But like either I'm going super affordable with something like the SMSL M300 SE, which comes in like $115, uses the new Cirrus Logic DAC / headphone amp chip. I guess you don't need to use it for headphones. You can use it anyway. I like that one at $115. And then I'm kind of skipping over the topping and the SMSL stuff and going straight with Gishelli Labs or Schkit. Does other stuff sound better? Probably, but could maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you can really beat the Gishelli Lab stuff, but that's what I go with. And I know that's probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but I would check out like Josh Valor, DMS, some of the headphone centric guys if you're thinking about getting the D70, but I just don't have any experience with it. I wouldn't say I'm done reviewing headphone amps, but I've got what I want. I've got what I like. So I'll still review headphones and IEMs, but they're all from a power perspective. It's either going to be like the Arco 3 Pro. I do like the Schkitz, the one with the tube in it, the big giant tube on it. I like that one a lot. But yeah, that's what I use. 55 minutes. We're getting that. Pumpkin. I like that. Another pretty dog. There we go. Ed Homewood. Tweeters on the inside reduce first reflections. There you go. Neil. It's two smart guys. Tweeters near to the inside edge's usual location. There you go. There you go. Two audio veterans both say put them on the inside. So there you go. Am I nuts? I just added the SMSL SU1 to the Weem Mini instead of going to the Weem Pro Plus. No, I don't think you're nuts. I think it comes out to be about the same. But I think the Weem Pro with SMSL SU1 actually sounds better than the Weem Pro Plus. More convenient Weem Pro Plus, but sounds a little bit better, I think. Actually, I think I made a video about that. If you really want to step up, get the J2. Nope. Thanks. What is first reflections? Sorry for a stupid question. Not a stupid question at all, Lisa. First reflections are, okay, let's say you're in a completely rectangular room. Your speakers are up front, maybe 2 feet from the wall. If on that completely rectangular room, you don't have any windows, no fireplaces, no nothing. If you took a mirror and you sat down and then you had someone else take a mirror and slide it up the wall, as soon as you can see that speaker on the right and the left, as soon as you can see the speaker from the mirror, from your seated position, that's called your first reflection point. And if you can diffuse or absorb reflections, because that speaker is going to be sending info to you, it's going to be hitting your ear at a certain time. When it bounces off the wall, you're going to have the same frequencies hitting your ear at a different time. And that can cause degradation and like soundstage imaging, instrument separations, all sorts of stuff. That's why it's a mess. Like when you're in a gymnasium and someone's trying to sing, it doesn't sound very good, right? Because you have all these reflections bouncing all over the place. So fundamentally, that's your first reflection. So yeah. Fasting tip, black coffee with MCT oil. Ooh, I drink a lot of black coffee. Never put oil in it though. But I really want to fast. Like I don't want to trick my body. I just want to fast. Like water or just like juice, freshly squeezed juice. Yeah. Just one day. I'm going to do it today. I think I can do it. Any experience with the RCA splitters? Tons. I use them all the time. Well, not now, but I used to use them all the time. Get another sub out of it. I would do a DAC and then split the RCAs to go into two different amps, like headphone amps, 2 different regular amps. Yeah, I use them all the time. Much to the chagrin of some audiophiles, but yeah, I use RCA splitters all the time. And I would use RCA splitters to go from 2 into 1, like to sum a channel. I know it's probably not the best way to do it, but it certainly worked. Would the Wharfdale A11 tribute be good for the Wharfdale Lintons? Yes, absolutely. Very good. Very good combination. Lintons are actually somewhat efficient, and the A11 is a very clean amplifier, and it's on sale right now. What do you think about the new J2 4499? I don't have it yet. If it's anything like any of their other DACs, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think the price is starting to creep up, but I think there's some benefits. It's kind of like a multi-bit and Delta Sigma kind of combination chip. So I'm really interested to get my hands on one. I know some of my patrons got kind of a preview of that DAC, but I talked to him yesterday, and one's coming to me. sometime in the foreseeable future. Can you review the Cambridge DAC Magic 200? Yes, already have. Actually, I've done 2 videos on the Cambridge DAC Magic. It's good. It's a little bit long in the tooth. It does have a headphone amp in it, though. So it's a good product. There are different DAC chips that have come out since then. It's very good, very even-handed. Kind of leaned in pretty heavily to the MQA thing, and that I think MQA's run its course. But yeah, super solid product for sure. Pretty expensive though. I think it comes in around $550. But it's very good DAC. Very good DAC. Yeah, I reviewed that early on, and then I think it's due for an upgrade. And I hope they do come out with something new. It's still a very good product though. I think we're gonna call it. Great live stream today, everybody. Give yourselves a hand all the way around. You made a quick hour. Simon Hackshaw. Simon, look what I'm wearing, brother. You see that, Simon? Looks pretty good. I go from this. Yay. Missed you too, man. Thank you so much. What's today's watch? This is Vostok Europe Tritium 300-meter diver. Look at this big behemoth. So this has tritium tubes, so it always glows. Very cool watch. Big behemoth. Look at how thick that thing is. But yeah, very much a statement piece. Diver. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It was a blast. I hope you guys and gals, have a, I hope you people have a great week this week. More stuff, more videos to come out. So thank you so much for your support. And be safe, be kind, eat some cheeseburgers. I'm going to fast today. All right. Bye.